Welcome back everyone to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 84. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on every hype sneaker. Essentially, in this series, we go over sneakers that have received updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Travis, Jordans, Yeezys, and more. With that short intro out of the way though, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off for today, we have some incredible updates specifically regarding Travis Scott once again. For one, according to Mr. Unloved Ones, the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott will be returning not one but two brand new colorways in 2022. The colorways are currently unknown, but it is not the reverse mocha colorways as many Instagram accounts have been speculating thus far. Regardless of what the colorways are, retail will be $150, and you could still expect them to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin, of course. Full throttle, without a doubt. Unfortunately, the majority of releases will all be raffles, with the majority of stock going towards the Travis raffle and, of course, the Nike sneakers draw. Now, that's not the end of the Travis updates for today. We also just got news that we'll be seeing the first Travis Scott Nike Air Trainer 1s in 3 colorways, mock-ups courtesy of Pirates. One will be in a primarily wheat colorway, another in mostly gray, and the last in mostly black. Retail on these is supposed to be only $140 at the moment, and that is incredible if that ends up being the case. Although Air Trainer 1s do not carry the most hype in general, neither did the Air Max 270s, but as you saw, considering it is a Travis Scott collab, these will certainly still have sufficient demand for profitability, just like those Air Max 270s did, with a great margin. Furthermore, it is also possible that this collab may attract more attention and demand to this model in particular, the Air Trainer 1, potentially allowing for more decent brick cops in future colorways, as we've already seen some decent ones already. With Travis updates out of the way though, now let's move on to some other Jordan updates. To start, we finally got official images for the Billie Elish Jordan 1 as well as the Jordan 15. Now, I'm not a fan of either of these personally, but at the end of the day, she does have a massive following, hence there will inevitably be high demand on these. The retail is still not known precisely, but I'm assuming it will be in the range of $140 to $170, considering it is a collab, but it still is a Jordan 1 KO at the end of the day, while the 15 might be closer to the range of $200 or so. Regardless, I am expecting the Jordan 1 to be profitable. We will see about the 15s though. Apparently, these shoes are vegan and feature 20% recycled materials too, so that's pretty nice too. Can't knock them for that. These drop on the 30th, and I'll try to update you guys when I do have the confirmed retails on these and potentially had a cop guide if there's time as well. But overall, I do have pretty good expectations for the Jordan 1, again because of the potentially low retail as well as the massive following, allowing for massive demand on these. Moving on to December 1st for $200, we will be seeing the Jordan 1 Element Gore-Tex released for $200. Now, considering the slightly higher retail, I don't have very high expectations for these, but I will have to keep you guys updated, of course. Then we also got official images loaded for the Jordan 1 Gold Laser, which will drop sometime this fall for $140 since it is a Jordan 1 Zoom. Like many Jordan 1 Zooms, I don't expect super high demand for these, but this very low retail of always $140 still does leave sufficient room for easy lunch money potential with a decent margin at least. Moving on, courtesy of Teddy Soul, we got more detailed in-hand images of the Jordan 11 Cool Gray. Remember that these do return on December 11th for $220. Although the stock on these will certainly be very high, as it always is for these classic Jordan 11s, so will demand, and I mean very high, because these are absolute classics that have not released since 2010. Hence, I do believe that these will still be profitable regardless of the high stock, just don't expect a great margin. This should still be a huge, easy money opportunity regardless, and you should be able to get multiple pairs if you know what you're doing. Next up though, it appears we will be seeing the Jordan 11 7210 dropping this summer, mock-ups courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, although this is the Jordan 11 low. I'm sure many of you do recall the highs of these 7210s, and these lows will now retail for $185. I don't have great expectations overall, but we're a long way away for these. I'll keep you guys updated. Then on March 5th for $200, we will be getting the Jordan 6 UNC. Although Jordan 6s don't typically carry the most hype, considering this is a UNC colorway in particular, you can certainly expect this colorway to be profitable with a decent margin at the released, especially in the larger sizes. It is also very likely that these will have high stock too, but regardless, it should still be an easy money opportunity. And of course, you need that personal pair as well for these. They're absolutely beautiful. Moving on to Yeezys now though, with Jordans out of the way. The Yeezy 700 V2 Mauve release is now officially confirmed for the 25th, as we've been discussing will most likely be the case throughout the month. This is because they have finally loaded onto the Adidas Confirmed app, so make sure you do sign up for that raffle whenever you do have a chance. I actually did tweet this out, so remember, for any of these small updates or even more urgent updates like shock drops, be sure to follow KeithAdam10 and also Personals for You on Twitter. And also, just a friendly reminder that if you do need more accounts, they do require SMAS verification, unfortunately, but feel free to check out my site TARS for pre-verified Adidas or Nike accounts to enter into the raffles. The link is in the description below if you want to check that out. Moving on though, we got our first official look at the Yeezy 700 Orange Wash. These will be dropping next month, October, for $240. Although I don't expect great demand on this colorway, with a retail of $240, the new retail for 700s, I'm still expecting profitability with a decent margin, primarily in the smaller sizes under 7. Not much for Yeezys today though, unlike the last updates video, so now moving on to some miscellaneous sneakers. First, we got official images loaded for the Dunk Low Midas Gold. This should be dropping this fall for $100, and you can expect them to be very profitable with a very good margin at least. Then we just recently saw the SB Dunk High Unicorn load onto sneakers. These drop on October 12th for $110 and will be very profitable with a great margin as well. Next up, we saw the Dunk High Women's Aluminum load on Nike sneakers for a date of the 30th. These already did see their release at majority of retailers, including both corporate and boutiques, but the Nike release itself was actually delayed, and now we do see that they are going to be dropping on the 30th. These are still profitable in all sizes with a great margin. Moving on, the Dunk Low Championship Gray has now been delayed to October 15th. You can still expect these to be very profitable with a great margin when they do drop. The Dunk High Championship Navy is also delayed to October 8th. You can still expect these to be profitable as well with a good margin, primarily in the larger sizes. But now, moving on, we also got official images just recently for the Dunk High Supreme By Any Means collab. When these do end up dropping, I don't have the exact date as of now, you can expect these to be very profitable with a great margin. I'd expect them to drop on both Supreme as well as Nike sneakers, but I will have to keep you guys updated, and of course, I'll be making a How to Cop guide. But anyway, that will conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two, subscribe and enable post notifications, just so you stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Also, feel free to follow Endurance's Twitter for updates on restocks or key giveaways, and the same goes for Gargantua if you want to keep up with the progress. Last but not least, make sure to follow KeithAdam10 and Personals for You so you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was discussing today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.